Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Your boy, TheDreadMan, is back with the DreadMan Sports Podcast. I'm your host, and I'm here with my boys, Flip and Walter Tom. What's up, gentlemen?
Yo, what's up? Happy New Year. What's going on, man? Surviving wildcard weekend.
Oh, yeah, and wildcard weekend. Whew. Matter of fact, fellas, we can go ahead and just skip it, go from talking to wildcard week. Let's not even call it wildcard weekend anymore. Let's go ahead and call it underdog weekend. Because didn't I tell you guys last week, every time wildcard weekends happen, always pick one underdog. But this time, it wasn't just one underdog that won. It was two of them. But yeah, I mean, all right, Walter Tom, what do you think of the results of wildcard weekend this time?
You know what? I think I'm shocked. I mean, I think the very first game, I don't think any of us should really kind of feel bad about. That was such a wonky, lucky game for the Titans. I don't feel like we were cheated in terms of picking the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs probably should have won that game.
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable that it took basically, Mariota throwing a touchdown pass to himself to pull it out.
Yeah, but Mariota was on one in this game. He really showed off in this game. I mean, the guy caught his own touchdown pass. That's something that you see in Madden. That's rare that you see that in a real game.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. First touchdown of the postseason. But two things. One, I think we underestimated the Falcons. I think we underestimated the defending NFC champions. A team that obviously has a lot of experience and was playing a rookie team, basically, new to the postseason. I think we underestimated them. And I also think that, looking at some of the play at some of these teams, like the Rams and the Chiefs, teams that rested their players the last week of Week 17, I'm just saying, man. I think there's something to it. I think when you rest your starters in Week 17, you can have the tendency to come out flat. Definitely, the Rams came out flat offensively. They did not look like the Rams at all during the regular season, and I don't know if that had anything to do with them benching their guys in the last game of the season against the Niners.
Yeah,
I don't know if that would have helped if they would have played everybody, but they looked flat.
Yeah, and all right. Well, I mean, Flip, what do you think of wildcard weekend?
Okay, I got a question for you real quick, Wad. Do you think we overestimated the Rams, or did all those fumbles in that first half kind of throw off their momentum?
So you're asking if the Rams lost it. So you're asking if either the Rams lost it or the Falcons won it. I mean, not the Falcons. Yeah, but the Falcons won it.
I don't think we overestimated them. I think yeah, you're right, Flip. I think that those special team errors or whatever that had a lot to do with them just not getting a chance to click. If you take away those, maybe they get a couple of good drives and then the game's completely different. But I just think that we really should have seen this coming. If you had to pick one underdog, the Falcons probably would have been the underdog to pick, I think, because
that's true.
They're not playing like a really tough away. Not really playing in a tough away game. It's not like the arenas, like the Coliseum is like fucking Lambeau.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a very experienced team. I think we are. Even though we still didn't get like a blowout game like the Falcons offense. They still took care of business, and that defense. I really kind of overlooked that defense. That defense has been pretty good these last few weeks.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing about that, though. I mean, the thing is, I'm like everybody else. I pretty much wrote the Falcons off because they had an iffy season. But here's the thing: everybody always talk, even the ESPN sports analysts, they always talk about how overrated playoff experience is. But it really did show. I mean, that they know what they're doing. And the thing is, they are out for blood because of the way that they lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl last year. So they are more dangerous than a lot of people are giving them credit for. Oh, yeah, and also, before we move on even further, like I say, the Rams and we'll move on to that in a second. But there was also that one call, and guess what it was? It was a no-catch call in the middle. And here's the thing. Like I said, they're going to get closer and closer to changing that no-catch rule. And you guys let me know if this is a coincidence or not. here's the thing. It always happens at the most crucial moments. It always happens at, when the game is on the line. It never happens when one team is ahead 33-0. It never happens in the first 2 minutes of the first quarter. The thing is, it always happens at the most crucial moments. Do you guys think this is a coincidence?
I think I don't know if it's a coincidence. I think the refs just kind of pay more attention because that game is so close. Like, if they were down by like 14, I still think they would have called that one in particular because, even looking at the replay, he dropped it.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty obvious. Even the Rams are happy that he dropped it because they got that turn back on the clock. But, the refs, I don't know. I feel like they just get extra strict when it comes down to those moments.
Yeah. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the game of pretty much the wild card week game of the week, which was the New Orleans Saints against the Carolina Panthers. That was pretty much the game of the week. And the thing is, I went against the grain. We're gonna win. That's my one underdog that I picked. And I'm sad to say that I was actually wrong about that. But the thing is, they put up a hell of a fight. They really did. But to no avail. But Drew Brees and the boys, they did their thing out there. They really did. And let's just see. And what's ironic is the first game that they lost was against the Minnesota Vikings, and now they're going on the road against the Vikings again. But Wazata, what do you think about that game?
Well, you know what, you were basically close to right. Like, I know we talked about it last week. That I personally said that Cam Newton would have to have a really good game, and he did. He had a really good game, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And I think Flip pointed out last week that there's the Saints have a lot of different options. You know what I mean? And the Panthers defense is not really. I felt like he had a down year offensively because he had so much help on the run game.
Yeah.
But he showed basically when he had to basically carry the team, he could do that, and he was amazing. And I think he was probably one of the main reasons. He was doing the damn thing. But you're right. Cam showed up. Good Cam showed up. Cam is so streaky. You don't know who's gonna be on the field, but he had a hell of a game, but just let him know.
Yeah. Was Flip?
Really good game. I feel like the second half of that Chiefs Titans game is needs to.
Yeah.
Problem is, I feel like Ted Ginn, he had to win this game.
Yeah, he did, definitely. I was gonna point that out. Against his former team. Yeah, I was gonna point that out too. But yeah, keep going.
But yeah, I feel like Panthers could have pulled this off. Their secondary could have shut down Ted Ginn. But yeah, like what I said, they had so many options, man. Like you.
Yeah, he's got a cannon. Yeah, he's got a cannon. So yeah, but Jesus. Christian God Almighty, he came alive. He really. But what were you saying, Wazata?
No, I said he that was probably again his best game. He showed out, and again, like I really think next season they got to move into like he's got to be like a slot receiver. They got to give up trying to make him a running back. Put him at slot.
Yeah.
Get another running back behind there. Just put him at slot. That's I think he thrives in that position.
Yeah, because he's gonna be like a Kareem Hunt or a Le'Veon Bell. Well, at least to that, not really to the degree of them, but kind of like in the same neighborhood. He won't be as good as they are, but I mean, he'll probably be in the same neighborhood as them.
He's definitely a Kamara, and I feel like the Panthers are finally realizing that, because in the beginning of the season they were like, oh, he's going to be our Johnson Stewart replacement. We're going to share carries 15-15, then he's going to take over. But they're kind of realizing that they probably need to draft another back. Like Ingram has Kamara, Kareem Hunt just does it all by himself. But we see that Cassidy kind of needs that two down back.
Yeah, and they got rid of Mike Tober because Mike Tober's playing for the Bills now. Yeah. And speaking
of the Bills.
Yeah, exactly. You're speaking of the Buffalo Bills, yeah. Yeah. But let's go ahead and talk about the sleeper game of the week. Now, me personally, Tyrod Taylor didn't do anything wrong in that game. Matter of fact, there was a couple of opportunities where they could have put that game to bed early. But it's just that Jags defense showed up. I mean, they really did. There was a couple of wonky calls. There was a couple of iffy calls that went in favor of the Jags, but then again, you can't really get that upset about it because there's a call or two that the Jags got, hosed on too. Or maybe they didn't even get hosed on it. It was just, bad. It was just, a bad play on their part. But yeah, that was most definitely the sleeper game of the week. But Walter Top, like your quick review of that game.
Good, Flip.
Oh yeah, well, Flip, Flip, your review, yeah.
But I don't know, man. I was expecting totally different. I was expecting the Bills to kind of try to push the objectives and do whatever they can to get that early lead, because we could see clearly Blake Bortles can't throw.
Yeah.
It took them forever just to get to the end zone. So it was on the Bills, man. They had to push the objective and get those scores early, and they couldn't do it against the defense. I thought maybe 3 games worth of tape. Jaguars getting lit up might have been enough to help, but apparently not. That defense was nasty, but just to end my point, the Steelers have another bye next week, so good for the Steelers, I guess.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. We're going to yeah. All right, game of the week, fellas. Your pick out of the wild card weekend. What's the wild card weekend game of the week? I'm going to go ahead and say Panthers Saints. Wazatov, what about you?
Yeah, that's I think very easily. I mean, you could say the second half of that Tennessee Kansas City game that was pretty wild. But, to start to finish, that Carolina New Orleans game was a lot more entertaining. I think those are other games like the Tennessee Kansas City game that just had some bad coaching, had some bad officiating too.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about earlier in the Rams knowing what to catch and stuff. Pretty bad officiating that the head referee retired.
Yeah.
After the game, which is like I never see that happen. But I'm definitely going with New Orleans, Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, Flip. What about you? Game of the week for last week, wild card weekend.
I got to go with Panthers Saints. That was the game that kind of kept my attention the entire way through. But honorable mentions to Derrick Henry, because he showed his ass off on that Chiefs game.
Oh yeah.
I thought about DeMarco Murray. they might not have a chance, but hey.
Is DeMarco Murray going to be active for the next? Is he active for the next game?
I'm not even seeing him playing for the rest of the season.
No, I don't think he is. I think Henry's pretty much going to be the number one option. I don't know. Actually, I don't see any designated injured players for Tennessee right now, so maybe he is playing, but I mean, it doesn't matter. They could have Bo Jackson. They could have Earl Campbell back there. They're not beating the bases.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. In you guys' opinion, what was the play of the week? Like I said, for me personally, it was that Christian McCaffrey play for the Panthers and Saints. What was your play of the week?
I'll give it a toss up between Mariota touchdown to himself or Jalen Ramsey's pick at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Those are both pretty plays. Either one of those I'm good with.
Yeah. All right, Flip, what about you?
Yeah, I think the Mariota pass and stuff was funny. I was on that play of the week, but I'll also give another one to the Chiefs fans for hyping up that return that was called back. It was like an 80-yard kick. It was like an 80-yard kick return or something that would put them back in the lead. And their fans were screaming so loud, it took like a good 2 minutes for the rest to tell them that it's no call. So
Yeah.
I'll call that another play of the week because that was pretty funny.
Yeah. And now, of course, I believe we already know which one is the choke of the week, don't we? We already know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Without a KC.
Andy Reid.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Andy Reid lost. You know he lost 6 straight home playoff games.
That's amazing. He's like the Marvin Lewis. He's like the Marvin Lewis of the NFC of the AFC West. Yeah, Marvin Lewis ain't even won a damn play. Marvin Lewis ain't won. He hasn't got out of the first round, has he?
No, Marvin Lewis never won a playoff game.
Yeah.
So he still remains employed. But I think they're showing a stat that there's only been 4 times in like the postseason that like a team has blown like an 18-point lead at the half, and 2 of those times Andy Reid was the coach.
Oh. Coincidence? I don't think so.
No, Andy Reid.
Yeah. All right. Who do you think?
Hand the ball.
Yeah.
Hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt. Hand the ball to Kareem Hunt. He got like how many carries did he get? He had like 10 carries in that game. He's like the leading rusher. Have a lead. Run the ball. You already run the ball 3rd and 1. How about that?
Yeah.
You would think they would do so after Travis Kelce went down.
Yeah. Travis Kelce went down. Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Well, Travis Kelce went down in the 3rd quarter. I was like, oh boy, this could really get ugly. So, yeah.
They lost their option across the middle. That was it.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into our divisional round predictions. And a lot of people say this probably be the most interesting one. Let's start off with the potential game of the week. Saturday, 4:35 at Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Eagles going up against the Atlanta Falcons. Whew. All right. Flip, do you want to start us off first with this one?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, yeah.
Okay. If this was a Wentz game, I might be like, hey, the Eagles might win because their defense is playing really solid right now. That's the reason why they're staying in most of these games. But that O-line sucks, and Wentz was kind of just like, he was working with it, and you can tell because when Foles is back there, I don't know, he doesn't have that pocket presence, and he definitely doesn't have the mobility to get out of there because that pocket definitely collapsed, and that's kind of where Wentz shines. Without that, I feel like the Eagles are missing a key piece. They didn't trade for another O-lineman when I think some dude, I think it was Lane Johnson went down this week. I got the Falcons winning this one.
Oh, wow.
Right. I mean, even if it's an Eagles home game, we see that Nick Foles isn't. I don't know. Nick Foles, I don't know if he's too reliable right now. Like, he had that one game with the 4 touchdowns, and then he kind of had a regress game against and he had that regress game against the Raiders. So, against the Falcons defense.
Yeah. And they went scoreless. They went scoreless against the Cowboys. Don't forget that.
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I got stuff. They'll shut down the Eagles, so usual.
Yeah, like I said, the Falcons. I mean, them winning wouldn't surprise me because they are out for blood. So yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to get back to that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I got the Falcons winning 24-20. I'll get it. Yeah.
All right, Wazatov, who you got? Falcons, Eagles, the Birds of Prey.
Yeah, I got it. I'm siding with the Dirty Birds, man. I don't like Philadelphia with Nick Foles on their helm. I think over the weekend we look at all the quarterbacks that were inexperienced that you wouldn't necessarily trust, look at we saw with Bortles, we saw with Jared Goff, Tyrod Taylor. I mean, I just think take the better quarterback in this situation. The team that's more experienced. Philly's defense is good. That's fair enough, but I just don't think that they're gonna put up points against the Falcons defense with the way the Falcons defense has been looking. That front line that was with Beasley and them looks really good. I think Foles he's gonna look like Bortles to the 10th degree.
Wow.
And especially with Torrey Smith dropping so many balls out there. I don't know if he's doing.
Well, he's got Nelson Aguilar, he's got Zach Ertz, he's got reliable running game. The thing is, Nick Foles. Don't they have enough weapons on offense to help that out, to take some of the pressure off of Nick Foles in you guys' opinion?
Yeah, he's got enough weapons, but I just don't think he's gonna be able to utilize them. I mean, he could have utilized them really against the Raiders, let alone the Falcons. I think the Falcons are better than the Raiders.
Oh yeah.
I think that's kind of the issue. I think that's kind of the issue with the Eagles. Foles doesn't trust his main targets. Like you can see, he only trusts Alshon in the red zone with the little fade. If Zach Ertz isn't there, then he really doesn't have anybody else because he doesn't really throw. Well, he throws sometimes to Aguilar, but it's not really a huge thing. Most of the time, it's just Zach Ertz for about 10 yards. Zach Ertz for 10 yards. Zach Ertz for 10 yards.
Because that's all who he's familiar with. Because when Nick Foles was starting quarterback 3 years ago, that's pretty much the only one left from his squad. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So when you got Torrey Smith wide open, but he's dropping, you really hope that was Aguilar open.
Yeah.
If it was Wentz, I might lean. I'm always probably lean on Wentz. I like just how good Wentz has been this season. But I like the storyline behind the Falcons getting back to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a chance they can play the Saints.
Yeah. Georgia. At this point, Georgia needs a win because you see what happened last night when the Georgia Bulldogs blew the damn lead against the damn Crimson Tide. You don't blow no damn point. In the national championship, you don't blow no damn lead against the Crimson Tide. So yeah, Georgia's gonna need a win. Yeah.
Saving the genius.
They put a damn rookie quarterback in. He has no experience at all, and y'all let him beat you. I don't understand. Yeah. That shit upset me. The thing is, that upset me last night. And I ain't even a fan of Alabama Crimson Tide or the Bulldogs. Well, that's a whole other story. But because of what happened to the Georgia Bulldogs last night, the Falcons they better win the damn NFC Championship. They better. But yeah, Walter Todd, what's your final score for the Eagles? What's your final score for the Eagles game?
Yeah. My final score is going to be 24-17. I'm gonna go with that. It's gonna be at least a touchdown game. It's crazy because the Falcons are favored. They're on the road against the number 1 seed, but they are favored. But I think they win. I think they win by a touchdown. 24.
Yeah, pretty much just weighing all the factors that I was actually going to pick the Eagles at first just because they were at home, but Nick Foles could have. That one. Don't let that number 1 seed fool you because, like you guys mentioned earlier, you guys can come out just a little bit rusty. And they could, Nick Foles is the kind of the quarterback that you need, you need him warmed up anyway. I think they would actually play better if they were the lower seed. And I feel like that, the Falcons D-line, especially number 99, I forgot his name. It'll come to me in a minute. Adrian Claiborne. I think he might end up feasting on Nick Foles. He might eat him alive, their whole defensive line. But the thing is, can he get the ball out fast enough to where not only he can avoid interceptions, but he can also make accurate passes? I don't think so. All right, here's the keys to victory. Here's what the Falcons need to do to win the game. What the Falcons need to do is they need to run the ball for the first half, get physical with the D-line, and that'll open up the passing game for them. So that way, in the third and the fourth quarter, Matt Ryan can just air it out to them. What the Eagles need to do is the exact opposite. They need to air the ball out first and then just deceive deceive that secondary so then they can open up their running game. who has a better chance of employing their strategy? I think that the Falcons probably do have a better chance of employing the strategy. I think this is probably going to be the highest scoring game of the week too. Give me the Give me the Eagles. Give me the Falcons 34-28. But yeah, Flip, what are you about to say?
Okay, before we move on to the next game, I had a question. Do we consider the Eagles the underdog in this game?
That's a good question. Like I said, don't let that number one seed fool you. But based off of momentum, yeah, the Eagles are the underdog.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Eagles, man.
Oh wow! All right, yeah, all right. So we go with that. We go with that formula of the. We got to pick at least one underdog. Okay, I see you.
I was thinking real quick. I was thinking Gurley ran all over these Falcons on 14 carries. I feel like Ajayi can do it on 14 too.
He's not. I mean, Ajayi is not as good as Gurley is. Ajayi is no. I ain't gonna say he's nowhere near. Yeah, he's not as good as him.
I know, but hey, their backup was averaging 7 yards a carry. I think Foles might be I think Foles might have better weapons than Goff did, and I feel like Foles might utilize a little bit better. I feel like he's got that red zone threat with Alshon, so he doesn't worry about the Falcons too much.
Yeah, but the Falcons D, don't forget the Falcons D is it's not way better, but the Falcons D is better than the Eagles D.
Yeah, and it does get a bit tired sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was gonna say the Falcons did hold Gurley down like the first 3 quarters. Like I was looking at the numbers, he only had like 40 and some yards the first 3 quarters, and then he broke out in the last quarter. So I think they could potentially, I think run defensively they could probably slow up Blunt and Ajayi, but I mean we'll see. I can't remember the last really good game Ajayi had. Can you?
Yeah, I can't remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sticking to it. I'm going with the underdog from a divisional round.
Oh, yeah.
Go against the grain. I'm going against the grain, guys. I got Eagles 27-20.
Yeah, because you remember the Green Bay Packers were the underdog against the Cowboys last year, and they torched them. Yeah. So, yeah, there's always that one divisional round underdog that wins. So, yeah. All right, next game, AFC. The Tennessee Titans going on the road against the New England Patriots. Flip, who you got? Titans, Patriots.
Are we expecting a Music City Miracle to happen?
I wouldn't hold my breath, but I mean, hey.
Not in Foxborough.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't hold my breath, but I mean, hey, we have seen a whole bunch of strange things happen this year. Could lightning strike twice in the same place? Like I said, I wouldn't hold my breath, but the thing is, a Tennessee Titans win wouldn't really surprise me that much. Like I said, I just don't really see it happening. I mean, I'll go into detail about why later, but I mean, yeah, Flip. What about you? I mean, what you think?
Okay, Tom Brady is a good quarterback.
Uh-huh.
He's got his weapons. He's got Gronk. He's got Hogan. He's got James White and Dion Lewis and everybody back there.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense has been a little sketchy. I feel like it can be exploited. And you know what? This game, I think I'm going another divisional underdog. I'm going with the Titans. And I got the Titans winning this if Mariota actually uses his legs.
Yeah.
He was like a pocket passer in the regular season. I feel like they finally gave him free reign to run around in the postseason, make it so if you're out there, you put everything in there that you've got nothing to lose. So I think Mariota's going to run on them, open up the run game, maybe even have some option plays out there with Derrick Henry, get Delaney Walker open, get, what's his name? Man, who's the white dude? Eric Decker.
Yeah, Eric Decker.
Get Eric Decker open.
Yeah, because Eric Decker used to play for the Jets. And Eric Decker is very, very familiar with the Patriots defense.
Yeah, he is. So I feel like Eric Decker can kind of have his show out game.
Yeah.
And maybe the Titans pull up another close one. So 24-23 Titans.
All right. Underdog pick. Are you all right? Well, Tom. It seems like you have some kind of insight. All right, go ahead. What is your pick for this game?
Hey man, hey, why don't be cute with this game. You think the Patriots are gonna lose this game, especially after all the shit that was going on ESPN about them, like all the turmoil between Belichick and the owner and Brady. There's no way they're gonna allow themselves to go out like that. After that,
well, I mean, like I said, we've seen a whole bunch of strange things. I mean,
here's the thing: this team thrives under like controversy. It's like the more shit like dirt you dig up on the Patriots, like the better they play. Like when Spygate happened, they went undefeated in the regular season. Okay, when Deflategate happened, they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, they shit comes up and it's like it's just like it like motivates them. I think.
Yeah.
If anything, I think they just like they look at this game like, all right, everyone thinks that that we're essentially like our empire is crumbling and we're basically on the verge of like ruin. We're basically gonna be like we're gonna be like a terrible team in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
We'll just go out and blow this team out by 40 and shut everyone up. I'm thinking the Patriots are going to come out gunslinging. Brady's going to want to shut everybody up that thinks that he forced Garoppolo out. And it's going to be a blowout. I don't. There's no way the Titans keep within 2 touchdowns in this game. Yeah, especially after a bye. How often does Belichick and Brady don't lose really in the first round ever? Not to my recent memory.
I think the last time was to the New York Jets back in 2010.
Oh, was that Sanchez year?
I think so. And when Braylon Edwards was still playing for the Jets. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That had to be like 2000. That had to be 2010, 2011. Yeah.
Derrick Henry's going to have to run for 200 yards. Mariota's going to have to run for 200.
He's going to have to play a perfect game. No turnovers, no penalties, none of that. He's going to have to play the perfect game. But then again, who doesn't have to play the perfect game against the Patriots?
Yeah, Belichick will have something definitely designed up against the team. I'm going New England. It's going to be New England 34, Tennessee 14.
Oh, wow. Like I said, taking in mind what you said, I actually had the game being a little bit closer than what people are giving it credit for. Now, as much as I can't stand the Patriots for obvious reasons, and the fact that that my team beat the Tennessee Titans convincingly earlier, and I would love nothing more for the Tennessee Titans to win this game so they can play the AFC champion at Heinz Field. I'm not going to hold my breath on a miracle comeback win for them. Sure, they got weapons, but the thing is, are they going to be properly coached, and are they going to have the right strategy to go up against terrific Tom Belichick at Gillette Stadium? We got to remember, Mariota has never been here before. Guess how many times have they been here? Exactly. Terrific Tom has been here how many times in the past 10 years, in the past decade? 7, 8, 7? Yeah. He's been here before. Mariota ain't never been here before. The thing is, we're going to see what he's made of. We really are. But the thing is, I mean, he's going to have to play a flawless game. Mariota's going to have to play a flawless game just to make it even close. I tell you, if they turn, I mean, the thing is, mark my words. Y'all go ahead and put this down on pen and paper. Whoever scores the first touchdown of this game is going to win. Mark my words. And we could, yeah, exactly. Y'all can take that however you want to take it. Whoever scores the first touchdown is going to win this game. Whoever's going to score the first touchdown is going to score the last one. That's going to be the winner. I want y'all to keep y'all's eyes on that. And also going back to what I said, to comment on what I said about earlier about penalties and about that damn catch rule. Also, look at your watches and look at the clocks on your cell phone. If they take longer than 2 minutes to look overview a play, guess what? That play is coming back. Literally look at your watch. Matter of fact, if you got a stopwatch on your phone, which most of y'all do, here's what y'all do. Open up your stopwatch app. Clock it. If it takes longer than, if it goes past 1:59 seconds, that play is coming back. But yeah, give me the go ahead and give me the Patriots in this game. 31-17.
Sounds like conspiracy theory dread over there for a little second there.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see, though. All right. Next up, we got the grudge match. Grudge match number 1. The Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars at Heinz Field. Flip, who you got?
Oh, that's an easy one for the Steelers, man.
Keep in mind that Jacksonville only scored 10 points against the Bills defense. 10 points. And he let Tyrod, he had an opportunity to score at least 14 points. They could have put up 17 points easy had it not been for bad throws and had it not been for, the kicker or whatever. But yeah, Flip, keep going.
Yeah, the Bills defense started off really nice in the beginning, the first half of the season. And then after that Darius trade, they kind of became trash. So I'm surprised. To be honest, I'm surprised Bortles even got down the field, even scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
On the field goal against anybody. Yeah, this should be an easy game for the Steelers. Bortles he's terrible unless they have a rookie quarterback that they can flip it in the second half and beat the Steelers with.
Yeah.
The Jaguars are pretty hopeless here. And you guys got Antonio Brown back, so.
Oh yeah, he's back.
Yeah, it should be a stomp, man. It should be like the Jimmy G the Jimmy G game where he just ran away with it. But yeah, I got the Steelers winning 35 to maybe like 7 or 10.
Wow. All right. What's the time for you guys? Steelers, Jags.
All right. So we said earlier that we always want to keep an eye out for one upset.
Yeah, one underdog.
This weekend. And I'm really looking hard at this game as maybe being that potential underdog game.
Oh, really?
A couple of things. One, let's not keep in mind that this is the defense, Jacksonville defense, that basically almost retired Ben Roethlisberger, right?
Yeah.
Like Ben Roethlisberger after that game was talking about retiring.
Yeah. He threw 5 interceptions in that game. There was I think there was 2 fumbles and 5 interceptions, I believe. Yeah, they turned over the ball 7 times.
They're like 2 pick sixes. They made Big Ben look really washed out there.
Yeah.
So this defense is capable of doing that. All right, number 2, Leonard Fournette had a field day against this defense. And that was with Shazier, right?
Yeah, that was with Shazier.
Leonard Fournette had a big monster game. Now he didn't do well against the Bills defense, but I don't know. He might be good. He might be good.
But you got to think about it. The Steelers in Week 3 are not the same Steelers, and they've been here before.
Game too, wasn't it? That was the learning game.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're probably scared of Bortles.
Yeah.
This is week 5.
Yeah, it was Week 5. That was our second loss. And think about it. Before that Patriots loss, we hadn't lost a game since.
Now Bortles is correct. Bortles looks like trash, and that's the turning back. That's the limiting factor for how far the Jags go.
Mm-hmm.
The Jags had an average quarterback or slightly above the average. The Jags could potentially be could be in the Super Bowl. They might be a favorite. Unfortunately, they got Bortles. Bortles limits them so much, and that's the only thing that gives pause. I would love to pick the Jags because I'm in Jacksonville and I get to deal with the fans left and right. And they're going crazy. There's a lot of them that are convincing themselves that they should actually beat Pittsburgh. And some of them talk about how defensively Ben Roethlisberger is easier than Tyrod Taylor because he doesn't scramble.
Yeah.
So defensively, they might be more of a headache for Ben Roethlisberger and less complicated for him. But And plus, number 3, I wanted to know. We don't know how healthy we're going to get Antonio Brown. Do we know how healthy he is? Do we know if he's at 80%?
He's about 90% because yeah, he's about 90%.
Oh, he is. You think he's about 90? Okay. I mean, we'll see. First game back.
I think it's on full practice, right?
Yeah, full practice.
Full practice. Okay. All right. I mean, he's gonna have his hands full. He's either Boye or Ramsey.
Ramsey, yeah. But against Ramsey, he was 3 for 10 receptions and got over 108. He got over 120 yards.
Yeah, he had a good game. He did have a good game. Even though they lost, he did have a good game, man.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I hate to do this, but I'm going with Jacksonville in this game. I'm going to go Jacksonville. Ooh, I know. It's crazy. For some reason, I'm leaning it. It's Jacksonville, 21-17.
Oh, that close?
Jimmy G is looking at you funny.
All right, now completely throwing my Steelers bias to the dogs right now. I would be lying if I said that this game wasn't going to be competitive. I mean, even a little bit chippy, because both teams got something to prove here. And Jacksonville's out to prove they belong in the playoffs and that their win against Pittsburgh the first time wasn't a fluke. And for the Steelers, this is a revenge game. So both teams are going to be looking to coming out and punching each other in the mouth. This is why this is going to be a juicy game to watch. It's going to be the Steelers' high-powered offense against the Jags' hard-hitting defense. It's like the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object, and those games are always exciting to watch. Now, the Bills Jags game was boring to watch because it was a mostly defensive game. But y'all know as well as I do, when the Steelers get hot on offense, they are damn near unstoppable. I don't care who's guarding them. Look at the weapons they got: Juju Smith-Schuster, a healthy Le'Veon Bell, a 90% Antonio Brown. Even their tight ends, even their secondary receivers like Darius Hayward-Bay and Xavier Grimwood. Xavier Grimwood's backup tight end. But they are potentially the most dangerous offense in the league. Now, but the thing is, nobody trusts Blake Bortles. But the thing is, the best the Jags can hope for is that Ben has the same kind of game that he had, with the turnovers, because they got him in such good position to where Blake Bortles' arm accuracy didn't matter, or and Leonard Fournette, his running game was enough of a factor to help that out too, to take some of the pressure off of him. But I think it's going to be a different ball game this time around. Go ahead and give me the Steelers in this game. Give me the Steelers 21. Give me the Steelers 31-24. Yeah. I got to be in a really competitive, hard-hitting game. I got this probably being one of the most exciting games of the week. Yeah, Steelers 31-24. All right, last but not least, another revenge game, another grudge match. The New Orleans Saints on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. Now, I was reading a comment online from a Minnesota Vikings fan. They said, how ironic. Where the Saints started is where the Saints season started to where it's going to end. I'm like, ooh, those fighting words right there. Oh, yeah, I know, right? But, we'll see, because Drew Brees is looking like a well-oiled machine right now. But, yeah, I got this being an exciting game, too. This is probably one of the most exciting divisional rounds we've seen in the past decade. But, Flip, who you got? Who you got, the Saints or the Vikings?
Oh, man, it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. You can't really go wrong with either guy,
You really can't. I think it's like you got the defense for the Vikings, but it's Case Keenum. Case Keenum has been having a pretty good game or pretty good year, but do we really trust him?
I would trust Teddy Bridgewater more at this point, because Teddy Bridgewater has actually made a playoff game and made one close against the Seahawks.
Yeah, because we've seen that this Vikings defense can have shootouts.
Yeah.
they'll allow shootouts. That's the last thing you want with Drew Brees on the other side. So.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is another case of, can this Vikings defense stop the run and stop Drew Brees at the same time? I don't think Ted Ginn's going to be there to be burning people again. I feel like he had his revenge game, and he's going to settle back down.
Yeah.
So this could be a game where you could choose the Vikings, which I'm kind of leaning to right now, but the problem is their run game. I don't trust their run game at all because they don't know who they want to run. Like it's the Tavis Murray 1 second, there's Ken in the next, and just I don't know. I feel like it's the Saints offense versus Vikings defense. If Breeze can find a way to score on them, then it should be a pretty easy game.
Yeah, and don't let Kamara get cooking. If Kamara get cooking, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's basically over. Yeah, I'm gonna roll the Saints. I got the Saints winning it 27 to 23.
All right, Walter, who you guys, Saints or Vikes?
So we got this is interesting because last time these two teams played in the postseason, I think that was the year the Saints won. Breeze beat Brett Favre in the NFC Championship. It would be interesting if the Saints could win this game, beat the Vikings, and then go en route to maybe making another Super Bowl bid with Drew Brees. But we'll see. Or potentially the Vikings having the opportunity to play in a Super Bowl in Minnesota and actually win, which no team's done before.
Yeah.
Very, very. I like both storylines.
Yeah.
So for some reason, I trust Case Keenum a little more than I have the other quarterbacks that we've mentioned that are kind of new in the postseason. Guys that that are shaky, that we've seen be shaky. Keenum, meanwhile, has kind of looked pretty solid all season. He's also looked pretty good in primetime games. For instance, when he lit up the lines, I think on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I really like that Minnesota defense. I also didn't. The way the Panthers kind of came back on the Saints, kind of led me. I mean, the Saints defense has been solid. It's been better than we've known it to be in the past. But it kind of had that old flashbacks of them kind of getting torched. In that game, granted it was Cam Newton, but still needs to be paused to think that maybe this defense could be exploited. But even with the weapons that Brees has, Keenan's got weapons too. They got a pretty good receiving core, good tight end. It's just the running game that I'm not sold on or sold with. I think that is their limiting factor. So I go back to the quarterback, Brees versus Case Keenum. Brees, of course, but it's just We've seen him take an L already to the defense. It was early in the season. And, I'm sure there's film to be reviewed and things that they could exploit. But it's Minnesota. I go back and forth. Minnesota has a way of kind of like tearing their fans' hearts in some ways. I don't know if they're going to lose this game or if they're going to win this one and lose the championship game. But for some reason, I don't want to pick against Minnesota. I think Minnesota's going to win this game.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to go Minnesota. I'm going Minnesota 24, Saints 21.
Oh, you got it a close game. All right. Now let's just go ahead and match up match up these teams' stats or match up their weapons. Let's see. Quarterback, I got the Saints. Running game, got the Saints. Passing game, I've got the Saints. Linebackers, I've got the Vikings. Secondary, it's a toss-up, but I might have the Saints. Special teams.
I got the Vikings. They got room.
Special teams, I've actually got the Vikings. So 3 out of the 5 categories I've got the Saints in. It's all a matter of execution. Like I said, Drew Brees, this ain't his first rodeo. He's been here before. Case Keenum and company has not. Like I said, I mean, if you'd have told me Teddy Bridgewater was starting, I'd have probably actually edged it to the Vikings just a little bit more. But it seems like Case Keenum, I mean, like they found a working formula in him, or like he knows what he's doing. Or hell, even you could even take Sam Bradford. I mean, at this point in the season. But then again, a lot of people say that he was inconsistent too. But I mean, this is a really tough cookie to crack here. But I mean, and like I said, like you don't want to pick against the Vikes are one team that you don't want to pick against at home because a lot of NFC North teams are very, very tough at home. Oh man, but I mean, a lot of people, like I said earlier, people overrate playoff experience. People that say that is an overrated stat, and people give it more credit than it deserves. But there's something not in this game. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Saints. By 4 points. Give me the Saints 31-27 over the Vikings.
All right.
Yeah, I got it close. I mean, but yeah, it's gonna be competitive. But yeah, that's our divisional round predictions. You fellas got any final thoughts before you want to sign out?
Titans are gonna win.
All right.
Supposed to upset it. It's up right here.
All right, Tom, any final thoughts?
I think the Falcons continue their redemption run. I don't think that's going to end yet. I don't know if they'll win in the NFC Championship game. I think the redemption run continues this weekend. And I'm just saying, man, look out for that Jags defense. I think that team. I think it's going to be a competitive game, and it's going to be a close game. That's my potential upset.
All right.
Keep an eye out for it.
Yeah. Like I said, my upset, well, let's see, did I pick an upset this week? I don't think that I did.
You played a 6.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, like I said, I'm pretty comfortable with my picks, but if I did have to pick one upset, it would be the Eagles. That would be my one upset. But like I said, I'm not going to hold my breath on none of them for this divisional round. But, yeah. Good luck to all teams involved. Like I said, of course, go Steelers. But like I said, I'm actually going to call the game of the week for the division round. I'm actually going to say that I'm going to go ahead and give the game of the week. My prediction for the game of the week this week is Eagles and Falcons. That is my prediction for the game of the week.
Yeah, I think that's probably Saints Vikings for me.
All right.
Yeah, I got Titans Patriots for game of the week.
All right.
Because it's going to end at 1 point.
Yeah.
24-23, you heard it here first.
All right. I mean, I'll hold you to that, but like I said, I'm not surprised. I mean, like, it's the road to the Super Bowl. Nothing should surprise you. Like, we've seen upsets, heartbreaks, and everything in between happen. So anything happens, nothing surprising. I mean, because, hell, we had 2 upsets in the wild card weekend. So, hell, why not? But anyway, even though it's kind of we actually cut it to an hour this time, but this is the DreadMan Sports Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. And Flip and Walter, thank you guys for being my co-host. I appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Anytime, man. Enjoy it.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Peace.